now that we've looked at a few new engines, let's look at the rest of the upgrade engines, starting with this one. So this is, of course, D261 from Season 4, Bowled Out. And this is a actually newer model of him, because this is made from a new Diesel 10, which is the fully painted one. But, except he doesn't have the silver rivets for some weird reason. And D261 doesn't have a physical face anymore. He now has a paper face, which is accurate to his face from the TV show. And I do like the mouth D261 has. So you might have seen him in Lady and Friends and Thomas Lay's Questing Adventures, but he's one of the villains I'd like to make reform, but I don't know how he should reform. If you guys have the idea, tell me in the comments. But what do you think of D261's new model? I think it looks pretty good. Next up, we have Silver here. Silver is another familiar character who's the OC of Popular Paxton. And this is made from a new Wood James, and he's spray painted silver. Now, I should probably mention that he does have a few scratches, but I don't know if I might spray paint silver. If I have to respray him, then I might have to redo all the decals, which might be kind of hard to do. Or I might actually paint him silver acrylic paint, I don't know. That's what I had to do with...
We might be able to put some spray paint on a Q-tip and then put it on there real quick. We can try it.
Because this paint gets scratched pretty easily. I don't know why that is, but maybe...
It's thin.
So, if you guys like this new model of Silver, tell me in the comments. Now let's look at Natalia here. So nothing too major about Natalia. Like, she's still the same color and whatnot. But except she has the number 8 on her cab now. And the NWR letters are right here on the tender. And she still has the TSFC member. I mean, the TSFC numbers. I mean, she is a member of the TSFC.
What does that stand for?
The Soda Fantastic Crew.
Cute.
So, not much I can say about Natalia. Now let's take a look at Arie and Bert here. So Arie and Bert are made from two new wood diesels. And they have the same diesel faces, but except I made Bert with the whiskers. Now there is one flaw that Arie and Bert have. It's the decals. So the windows are drawn on with marker, same here. But it's sort of like rubbing off. Now that kind of bugs me. Like, I don't know what I might do. I thought about redoing these guys, but I didn't want to have to repaint them. So what I think I might do is I might get a Mr. Clean magic eraser and just rub all the windows off.
Did you use Sharpie or no?
It was a different kind of marker. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I have a thin line Sharpie upstairs if you want to borrow it.
So I think I might get a Mr. Clean magic eraser.
Yeah, scrub that off.
Because I think that would be a lot simpler than just repainting these over again.
Yep.
But other than that, I think Arie and Bert's paint jobs are pretty cool.
Yep. Next up is...
Here's Bluebell and Primrose, and what's new about them is they're 3D printed, and they actually have numbers so you can tell them apart. So Bluebell is number 327 and Primrose is number 27. Now they don't actually have black buffer beams with white buffers. I mean, they're kind of red, but I just based them off the Ertl Bluebell, which was sort of similar to Thomas. But these are different shapes. And let me tell you more about Bluebell and Primrose. So, I thought about using them for Thomas and Lay's Equestrian Adventures episode 13, Bluebells Forever. So, the episode's going to be about Liam and Cadence discovering these two Bluebell engines in a scrapyard, and they have to save them. And there's one idea I'm debating on, but I'm not sure if I might do. So, at the end, I thought about making these two... I thought about making Liam adopt these two, like they're his kids, but I don't know if I might actually do that. That was just an idea I had. Do you think Liam should adopt Bluebell and Primrose? If so, tell me in the comments. If you think that's a great idea, tell me. But that's just me. So, what do you think of Bluebell and Primrose as 3D printed models? Now let's take a look at the Duchess of Hamilton. So, the Duchess of Hamilton was seen in a Thomas Wood custom model segment I made. But this is a newer model.
I love the makeup.
So, this was made from a Thomas Wood Merlin. It was the same thing I used to make Blue Peter, but I cut off funnels on the sides here because she only has one funnel. But this is based off of Diecast Engines Trackmaster Duchess of Hamilton. And the face came from my old Wood Edward because there's a new one that I'm going to buy. And I think the face looks pretty close to his version of the Duchess of Hamilton. So, I think this is pretty cool. Now let's take a look at Peter, the goods engine. Now you might have seen Peter before, but there are a few new things about him. So, the red stripes here that E2 family point out were now, like this part here. So I had to paint that over so that the stripes are lined up. So I think Peter looks a lot better now, and the wheels have been repainted because Peter had a bit of scratches on his wheels. But Peter looks pretty better now. And he was seen in Thomas Slade's Equestrian Adventures, and he will appear more. And speaking of Thomas Slade's Equestrian Adventures, let's look at Rainbow Dash here, who is one character from the series, but as a Thomas character. So this was made from a new Thomas, and she was pretty simple to make. All I had to do was give her the face and just cover up the number 1 and the stripes and repaint them to the rainbow stripes she has.
Those are cute.
So we have 5 more of the upgrade engines left. I don't know how many minutes we're in.
6.5.
Alright, so now let's take a look at Wilbert. And what's new about Wilbert is he's 3D printed, and this will be
He's very light.
This is going to be my permanent Wilbert. And I should also mention that I did make Austin, but 16 and Eric are going to be gone for a few weeks because I used their chassis for something else.
Okay.
But I will get new Wilbert in 16. I mean, I do have Wilbert. Sorry if I'm getting tongue twisted, but I will get new 16 and Eric models to replace the ones that I've made into other things. Next, we'll take a look at Whiff here. Whiff is also 3D printed. And he still has his old face. Like, he's had that face for about 3 years now. At least, if I'm counting 2018, 2019, 2020. But I have had Whiff before, but he was made from Mishima. The old chassis came from a Mishima model, which is actually a new one that I got on eBay. And here's Daisy, the diesel rail car. And she's also 3D printed. And she does have a new face, which is pretty good. I'm starting to get better at drawing these faces because I was able to capture her lipstick, her blue eyeliner, and her blushing cheeks.
Cute.
So not much I could say about Daisy. Here's Luke.
Oh.
Once again, Luke is 3D printed. And his chassis is the same as the old Luke model.
Light too.
And Luke actually has a new face. His old face was made from a Charlie. Actually, Luke was made from a Charlie model, but I turned that into the White Furnace engine. So Luke looks pretty good here. Last upgraded engine is Neil. And Neil is also 3D printed.
His face is my favorite. He looks like he's sleepy.
I don't have Clive and Matthew because they're being made into something else. I do actually have some new Thomas Wood trains that are going to be made into a new model of Alfred and Crobin. I am in the process of making Mike and Bert, as well as the Polar Express and the Duchess. The Polar Express is actually tank engine 99 2020s. So, that was all the upgraded engines. So, I think that will cover it. So, we'll look at these new ones in probably 1 or 2 more parts. So, stay tuned.